Belief in permanent religious war is the misguided refuge of extremists who cannot build or create anything, and therefore peddle only fanaticism and hate.
Peddle refers to selling things on foot, for example, with a cart, or also to selling something that may be illegal, like drugs, or to promoting ideas or ideologies that may be dishonorable. For example, peddling hate, peddling bigotry, peddling drugs. These are all dishonorable.
Synonyms for this to peddle are to offer, to spread, and to disseminate.
That's correct. And disseminate can be either positive or negative. You can disseminate information, which would be a positive. On the other hand, a disease can disseminate, which would be a negative. He was arrested for drug peddling. Back in the olden days, a lot of people went to jail for peddling pornography. A lot of people think that the Tea Party is peddling hate against minority groups.
Innocent human beings have been beheaded with videos of the atrocity distributed to shock the conscience of the world.
Conscience refers to an individual faculty or part of the mind which has to do with judging right from wrong. So if someone does something wrong, then they may have a bad conscience about that, which bothers them because they feel bad about doing the wrong thing. Similarly, you can refer to a group of people or a country or even the world as having a conscience. And these would be values that people can generally agree on that are good and other values that are bad. And if something shocks the conscience of the world, that would mean that most people recognize what was done as being bad.
What are the typical usages of conscience? What else can you say besides have a bad conscience?
You could say someone doesn't have a conscience, which means they can
cheat and be dishonest, right?
They can cheat and be dishonest and it doesn't bother them.
Mm-hmm.
Or a doctor might say, I cannot in good conscience agree to do that operation. Or a lawyer might say the same thing. Someone could also say they have misgivings about something, where they may personally benefit from doing something, but the negative consequences are such that they cannot do those things in good conscience. Some people think that Mother Teresa was the conscience of the entire world. Some people refer to political prisoners as being prisoners of conscience, which means that they were not willing to violate their principles and instead had to go to jail instead. A lot of people think that Dick Cheney has no conscience. He was able to orchestrate the war in Iraq, but at the same time he made a lot of money from stock options with some of the war profiteers. ESL-fullsteamahead.com